Hello and welcome to class of Amazon SES. SES is simple email service. So in AWS Management Console under messaging we are having SES, which is simple email service. So Amazon.com has built its own large scale customer base. So it enables you to benefit experience and sophisticated email infrastructure. So how to send an email with Amazon SES? So whenever we send an email, so we are sending it through any outbound email server. So this email server might be provided by ISP, Internet Service Provider, our company's IT department, or by yourself. So email server accepts email content, formats it to comply with email standards, and sends the email over the internet. The email may pass through other servers until it eventually reaches a receiver. So a receiver then delivers the email to recipient. So this is a sender and this is the sender's email server. The email is sent through internet. After that it reaches to a receiver and recipient. So now we are having Amazon Simple Email Service. So this is a sender. This is optional. Sender's email server. We are having internet. After that we are having SES, Simple Email Service, internet, and receiver, which is for example an internet service provider, and we are having a receiver. So we want your recipients to read your email, find them valuable, or label them as spam. To maximize email delivery, we need to understand email delivery issues. So we can check the status of the emails that we send, and then we can improve email sending program. If necessary, we can increase the likelihood of successful deliveries. So that means we want to maximize email delivery, the percentage of your emails that arrives in your recipients' inboxes. So we require to improve email sending program. For that we require to understand email delivery issues. So we require to be proactive and stay informed. So this section review the concept behind steps and how Amazon SES helps you to go through this process. So let's understand how it works. So Amazon Simple Email Service, this is a sending process. Here we have a sender and this is a recipient. Here number 1, 2, 3, 4, 4A, 4B and 4C. Because we are having a user 1, 2 and here we are having no user. These receivers like internet service providers. So it will show us a high level overview of a sending process. So sender is sending an email through Amazon SES. The email is forwarded to various ISPs and ISP will forward the email to various users or recipient. Here we can see this is a bounce and there is a complaint from this user. We are having a complaint, and here as there is no recipient present, so it will bounce back. And this user with the red color has complained, so we have a complaint message back to the sender. Whereas if we see 4A user, it receives the email. So if the sender request Amazon SES succeeds, then Amazon Simple Email Service sends the email. Successful delivery. So sender, Amazon SES, receiver and recipient. hard bounce. So sender Amazon SES, receiver, but no recipient present, so we are having a hard bounce back to the sender. We are having soft bounce. Sender to SES, SES back to receiver, receiver to recipient, but receiver bounce back the message to Amazon SES. So we call it as soft bounce. Basically, there is a difference between the two. Hard bounce when ISP send back to SES and SES back to the sender. We call it as hard bounce. Whereas in soft bounce, from sender to SES, ISP return back to Amazon SES. We call it as soft bounce. Then we are having complaint. This recipient has marked a complaint. As we have shown in our diagram with the red color user, this user had marked a complaint message. So here in this, if it mark a complaint, so the message will be returned back to receiver, from receiver to Amazon SES and back to the sender. We call it as complaint. Now this is an auto response. From sender to SES to receiver, which is the internet service provider, and ISP return backs to the sender through SES. We call it as auto response. So this is auto response when receiver bounces back the message to SES and SES return the message to sender. So this is auto response in SES. So in Amazon Simple Email Service, so we are having a sophisticated email infrastructure through which we can send our email. So this is basically how to send email with Amazon SES. Thank you so much.